Welcome to Rhinos and Aliens. At least our classes, I stand by this. We had one of the, if not the best staff of all the Buffalo public schools.
We really did.
Because we got that staff because of the Bill Gates funding. Because we were supposed to have the most prestigious school, and then quickly, because of many factors, that went away. But we still had the staff.
High school at MST was probably one of my most enriching times. I guess as far as going and getting an education. Because
If you said it best, it felt like home in more ways than one.
and I really honestly think that it goes more or less to who the staff was, especially in that school, because not even just teacher wise, but we had some of the most nicest maintenance workers in the
security
world. Yo, Mr. Walker. Oh.
Mr. Walker, Mr. McCool.
Samuel right there.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. And then, honestly, I kind of felt like a lot of people always gave, Miss Schneider a lot of shit. But, she really did very much so care about that school. And she did very much care about every one of the students that was in her school. When we
Unbiasedly, yes.
very really unbiasedly,
Yeah.
Dallas Belgie.
Okay, I just want to quickly say this. Hate him or love him, you have to respect him.
Awesome guy. Awesome guy.
I feel like so many people gave him a lot of shit because they only interacted with him in really small instances where they only kind of got to see his asshole personality.
I'll say this right now. Belgie is a main reason, or is a good reason, part of the equation why I became such a film enthusiast. The way our senior year, we watched a lot of films for our English class.
Yeah.
And he also took us to see The Great Gatsby. And that 2013 was my year of blossoming into film enthusiast.
Yeah, no, dude, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was that was actually a really dope fast field trip. Yeah, that was actually that was your senior year, my junior year, and the English department at that time had dubbed me with the nickname of Sparky.
Why?
Oh, because the only book I ever probably read junior year,
Oh,
on my
Spark
own.
was a Spark.
Well, Spark Notes.
Spark Notes?
Yeah, so that, cause I would do all of my reading packets, but I would just sort of
And they knew.
Google the answer. Well, they figured it out after a while because I wouldn't even I would just not even put the page number down, and I'd be like, but you guys, and me and Miss Soika, we actually did have a conversation about it, and she's like, well, if you don't put the page number down, I'll just deduct you half a point. And I was like, well, hey, half a point is not really gonna make a major difference when you're getting a 17 out of 20 on the packet, for multiple answers.
Yeah.
But yeah, though but going back into Dallas Belgie though, really fantastic guy, and just overall probably one of the best, greatest human beings that I've ever encountered in my life. Because it was a class day, and I think you guys know that he has super bad OCD.
Yeah.
It's dude, you move, the tape on his table,
He's going no.
the man's gonna freak the hell out.
Yeah.
I remember Farrell
And
actually.
he had a slight lifts,
Yeah.
but he did improve on that because I remember when I first heard him talk, and by my senior year, it was a major difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with the students that went to MST, you're definitely gonna pick up. Okay, I need to step up my game.
yeah, dude, especially with him.
Yeah.
Because he's a very no shit type of professor. I mean, well, not professor, but type of teacher. But the thing is, though, he gives you so many opportunities to actually pass his class.
And it's just going back to relationships, I honestly feel in terms of being a better person, it was always a two-way street.
Yeah.
And I sincerely feel that he, whenever he could, he always took advice as well.
Oh, definitely. I guess the only one thing that I did want out of my dad was just to see him
There.
at my graduation, at my high school graduation, and for him to give me a nice, firm handshake and say, I'm proud of you, son. You did it. And then whatever else happened sort of after that moment would have just happened. But, like, you know, and me and Belgie, we were actually talking about that, like, in his classroom and stuff like that. And, no, another sincere person, I mean, dude gave me, like, a hug and everything. And I was just like, for me, it spoke more volumes of who he was as a person, because it kind of showed that, like, he did sort of have, you know, some type of self-control over his OCD. And for him to kind of, like, do that with one of his students and stuff like that, like, that really, truly impacted me for almost, like, damn near my whole entire life.
After that.
After that.
That speaks volumes on what people believe you to be, bro.
What's that?
They believe you to be a real good person, a genuine person that deserves to be respected and comforted, you know?
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. The fact that they have trust in you.
Right. Because I've seen them, I've seen a couple people, like, make mistakes, you know, just based off of what they seen last minute with somebody and how they handle that. And then getting told, like, the reality of it, and then how they went from there. But, you know, that is a more touching subject also, though. But at the same time, like, it is given based upon the, you know, the person that they're really focused on.
Yeah.
And let's make this clear. MST, just like every other school, just like every other work environment, just like life itself, it had its bitches, it had its dicks.
Definitely.
But the majority of the people, of the faculty, I feel like if you put it down to one word off the top of my head, it's caring. They actually cared, from the Mr. Walkers, the Snyders, the Soikas, the Belgies.
Mr. Beeman, he was probably one of my favorite teachers ever, bro.
Bro, and I personally remember this because we were in Mr. Mocha's class. Mr. Beeman did not have to take us out of that class, but because we were considered the top tier class of our class, the top tier group of our class, he took an extra shift. I believe it was during his lunchtime. It was either during, somehow one of his free periods he took out of his day so he could teach us. And to this day, Mr. Beeman is the best math teacher and my favorite math teacher of all time. And he's my top 5 favorite teachers, professors, whatever, in any schooling.
Damn.
He is the only reason why I passed that class, because we had regents. The regent test, he is the only reason why I passed that. And I ended up getting like the second, third highest grade for our school in the regents, behind Susan and I believe Damon.
Dang, that's what's up.
Yeah. And to this day, I always give, and the point I was trying to say, I remember you and Jay Vaughn, every single class gave him shit, but he never gave up.
It was me, Jay, and Malik.
Yes.
It was a lot of times where I tried to be like, I'm not gonna hold you. Math was never my strong suit, so I would try to get a grasp of it, but more so my attention span went elsewhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'd be clowning around, and he'd be like, "Okay, Michael, you and Malik could go outside, have a little picnic if you want to keep da da da." It happened a lot.
But yo, bro, every single day, every single week, if you guys asked for help, he was there.
He definitely was there.
And that shows true character, because as everything I said before, like he was taking time out of his breaks. Like with the way they get paid and I have one break, why the fuck would I take that up for kids? But that just shows who he was as a person and the embodiment of this faculty. We can't forget Miss Tombolesi.
Oh, Miss Tombo.
She might
Bacha.
like. Does anybody remember Mr. Dodge?
Yeah, I remember Mr. Dodge.
And I keep going down to this. All these professors respect, like Mr. Dodge,
Yeah.
Miss Young. I personally,
I didn't personally have her as a teacher because
But-
she ended up getting switched to middle early.
yeah, but bro, any person, she easily had the highest Regents grades of any class, and there's a fucking reason. Now, of course, the class she was teaching is one of the easier ones, but yo, you pass with flying colors. Basically, everybody got over 80s, and most people got in the 90s, which is unheard of,
Yeah.
technically speaking, especially for how people consider Buffalo public schools.
Oh, definitely.
And it just, if you go down the, like, I would love to do a class reunion and, like, set it up to where we brought back our teachers. But Miss Graves, Miss Alauti, Tom Alessi, Miss Tabone, who is now called
Miss Zimmerman.
Miss Zimmerman. Did you ever have Desegere?
Oh, dude, Dice Cesar? Yo,
Dice
that was...
Cesar.
Yo, I had him for my freshman year English class. And I remember me and Brianna, we literally wrote up a whole petition, and we actually had most of our freshman class sign for him to also become our sophomore year English teacher. But by that time,
He already left.
well, yeah,
Or
well,
he
like-
was leaving.
Yeah, he was leaving to go get his master's at UB or something like
Yeah.
that, and something else. So,
But
it
you
was
see, like, how it's clicking back, like, all these teachers, and they all had their,
Specialties with them.
and different, it wasn't an iron, like, oh, they all taught the same way. They had their own different methods. And yes, I preferred some more than others, but at the end of the day, it all came down to they cared. I really miss high school.
I could hear Dodge right now. Mr. Dabney.
Which I still, by the way, the substitute that replaced him, no comment.
Scalzo.
Yeah.
I remember dang near every single teacher we had.
I never had him as like a teacher because like so I took the Global 10 exam my freshman year because like Tombo basically like she took she chose like 4 of us actually.
That's when they
Demarius-
were giving,
but Demarius backed out because he didn't want to do it. He's like, no, I just rather do it the long way, idiot. But
Yeah, I took it sooner. I barely
Yeah.
passed, but hey, I passed.
well, honestly, dude, I kind of feel like I got super lucky because, like, I don't know, Tombo, like, she tried to help me, Terrell, and Ayana, like, learn as much as the Global 10 shit that we possibly could.
yeah.
Which, ironically enough, I felt like it was a lot more Global 9 shit on the Regents exam. And thank God for Tom Balesi playing Hotel Rwanda that whole year nonstop. Because, like, I think one of the DBQ questions was actually, like, talking about, like, genocide and shit like that.
Oh, wow, you did luck out.
Yeah, so it was like, oh boy. And then you know how the Regents, they're like, oh, well, bring in some outside sources.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, dude, I got you. by the
yeah, that is
balls.
right.
World War II.
That was every Regents. Like whenever it was along, like, the paragraphs or whatever,
Yeah.
use 1, 2, 3 outside
Yeah.
sources. I remember. Oh, my God, it's clicking back.
Honestly, like,
By the way, she's a teacher who has she does have too much love. To where the person she is, if she's not in the right classroom, the classroom will take advantage of her.
oh, definitely. But, like, Miss Tombo, though, man, don't never put it beside her, though, man. She definitely got some Italian heat to her, though.
Oh, I know.
She'll bring the sauce.
I know. But just like a mother, if she has true love for you, she'll bring the sauce, but then it'll quickly.
Oh, trust me, dude.
Yeah, blow over.
She'll be quick, to throw in some sugar in there. So.
Yeah.
Sweeten it up a little bit for you.
By the way, shout out Mr. Farrell. We can't leave him out.
Oh, God, no. Papa Farrell, if you are seeing this, you will always be Papa Farrell.
If you want to subscribe, just hit this bad boy up here, that big fat rhino. If you want the newest video, to the right. If you want the recommended, to the left. And then, of course, our personal dick pic. Yep, right below. So thank you for joining us once again, and we hope to see you next week. So peace out.
Peace.